Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and this is Reggae Boys Commentary. In this video I'm going to wrap up action in round 1 of the Caribbean Cup qualifiers, and at the end of this round we know that the remaining teams, they're one step closer to the Caribbean Cup final round, where you have the likes of Jamaica, Haiti, St. Vincent and Trinidad and Tobago to play against. So let's wrap up round 1 action to see who is out, who still is in the competition, and also the surprises so far, because a team that has won the tournament before has been eliminated at this early stage. Let's find out. Well, in Group 1 action, St. Kitts and Nevis and Antigua and Barbuda has advanced to the second round. The St. Kitts and Nevis team, they beat Aruba 2-0 on Saturday night, and on Tuesday evening, which it would be yesterday, St. Kitts and Nevis beat Antigua and Barbuda 1-0 through a goal through Harry Panayoto, that same player that won the Under-21 Player of the Month award for Leicester City back in May. Truly an instrumental player to that team. You know, he's even made one first-team appearance when Leicester were back in the Championship, and he could have represented Cyprus as well. So choosing the country of his mother's birth there, and I think he's an interesting player to look out for as the tournament draws closer and closer to the latter stages. So Aruba has been eliminated, and St. Kitts and Nevis and Aruba are through to the next round. Group 2 action, we have Grenada, US Virgin Islands and Sint Maarten, and the table finishes in that same order. Grenada on top with 6 points, 6 goals, no goals conceded. The US Virgin Islands, they finished second with 3 points and a +1 goal difference, and Sint Maarten has been eliminated from the tournament. Sint Maarten lost 2-1 to the US Virgin Islands on Saturday evening, and the US Virgin Islands conversely lost to Grenada 2-1 yesterday in Charlotte Amalie, USVI. So Grenada pressing on as well, a Windward Island nation, they're pressing on to the second round. Grenada, as you know, they have been to the Gold Cup before, 2009 and 2011, and their best finish in the Caribbean Cup was second in 2008 in Jamaica, and that was under the leadership of Captain Anthony Modeste, who played a majority of his football locally in Jamaica for Portmore United. And even when the club early in the days was called Hazard United, he also played for them when the club had that name. Group 3, well, this is where we have the shock. Cuba has been eliminated from the Caribbean Cup. Yes, eliminated. Cuba, the same Cuba that won the Caribbean Cup in 2012 in Antigua, they have been eliminated from the tournament. How so? Well, we know that they beat Bermuda 2-1 last week, and the other 2 fixtures in the group, we had Bermuda beating French Guiana 2-1, so French Guiana needed a win, and French Guiana got that win, beating Cuba 3-0. And what that meant to the table? Yes, all 3 teams finished on 3 points, but goal difference is what separated the 3. French Guiana, +2. Bermuda, 0. And Cuba, -2 goal difference. It's going to be very rare not seeing Cuba in the final round, because they have been up and around that region for quite some time. A regular qualifier to the Gold Cup, they've been residents of that competition for quite some time. You know, even though their best is reaching the quarterfinal stage, you know, they really do stamp their authority in the Caribbean, and to see them get eliminated, it's an eye-opener to the region, and it's an opportunity for other countries in the Caribbean as well to say, hey, you know, there's 4 spots up for grabs, and we can be one of those 4 teams, and French Guiana is pulling up their stocks where that is concerned. So let us see what happens in June, and also the latter stages in October, and then the final round in 2017. Still a lot of exciting football to play. Group 4 action, where we had Barbados, Dominican Republic and Curacao. The Dominican Republic ended up on 3 points, top of the group with a +1. Curacao second with a goal difference of 0, and Barbados with a -1 goal difference. So Barbados is eliminated from the Caribbean Cup qualifier. So Dominican Republic and Curacao are on to the second round. If you remember, Dominican Republic made it to the final round of the Caribbean Cup in 2012 in Antigua. So they're coming of age where football is concerned, even though the likes of baseball, basketball and swimming are still a bit more popular. football is catching on quite well in the Dominican Republic. Not only in Santo Domingo, but other places in Dominican Republic, the likes of Jarabacoa in the north coast, Constanza. So some interesting places, and football, it is nice to see it grow and up and around the region as well. We want to see that not only in the English-speaking Caribbean countries, the French, the Dutch, the Spanish, we want to see that as well. Group 5 action, Guyana. We saw the way that they celebrated last night, where the players were hugging each other, holding flags. They went to Puerto Rico and they beat Puerto Rico 1-0, and they topped that group with 6 points, conceding no goals. They scored 8, conceded none. Puerto Rico also advanced to them, and Anguilla are eliminated from the Caribbean Cup. They conceded 11 goals and did not score a single goal. Group 6 action, as I said in the previous Caribbean Cup video, Saint Martin, the French one, they pulled out from participating in the tournament, which meant that Suriname and Guadeloupe has advanced to the second round. But looking at it really, Guadeloupe and Suriname did play against each other twice, just to make up some fixtures, and Suriname beat Guadeloupe 3-2. And what that meant was that Suriname topped the group. So what that means, even though both of them advance, is the seeding places. So Suriname as a group winner would go in a different group versus Guadeloupe, who was a runner-up. So a runner-up would likely go up against a group winner. So that is the way that it goes. Group 7, Martinique finished top of the group. They beat their Windward Island rival, Dominica, by 4-1, with goals there coming from Abal, Joseph, Herel and Aquin, and Prince pulling one back for Dominica late on in Rousseau. The British Virgin Islands was also in that group, but they have been eliminated from the tournament without even scoring a goal. And that basically wraps up action in the preliminary first round action in the Caribbean Cup. So to recap the teams that have advanced to the second round: St. Kitts and Nevis, also known as the Sugar Boys; Grenada, also known as the Spice Boys; French Guiana, a team that has never been to the CONCACAF Gold Cup, but they made it very close in 2015 as they went through a playoff with Honduras, but they narrowly missed out, losing 3-2 to Honduras on aggregate. Dominican Republic, a team that has never qualified for the Gold Cup as well. They made it to the final round in 2012. They're also in the second round of this edition of the Caribbean Cup. Guyana, also known as the Jaguars, never been to the Caribbean Cup, but with their injection of UK and North American based players, they really do look a more proactive unit. And upon speaking to their communications manager as well, Faisal Khan, they're really keen on getting more players involved to inject some more professional momentum and mindset into the players. So let's see how far Guyana can go. Not to forget, this is the same Guyana team that chopped Trinidad back in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers. So anything can happen in this game. Suriname, never been to the Caribbean Cup, but known as one of those teams that carry a strong physical presence, and they're not bad moving the ball as well. And Martinique, as we know, has been to the Caribbean Cup the Gold Cup a number of times, and Martinique has actually won the Caribbean Cup as well back in 1993, beating Jamaica in the final in penalty shootouts. The group runners up that also qualified to the second round, we had Antigua and Barbuda. They've been to countless amount of final rounds for the Caribbean Cup, but have never been to the Gold Cup. The US Virgin Islands have advanced as well. Bermuda, also known as the Gombe Warriors. Bermuda is a dark horse in this tournament, I tell you. They have some key players in their roster. If you look at their squad, it's an interesting mixture they have between MLS players, European-based players, and also local players in their league. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, It was narrowly that they also missed out to Guatemala in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers as well. So let's see how things progress from there on in. Curacao, another team in this second round. Puerto Rico, another team. Guadeloupe, if you remember as well, Guadeloupe created history in their first ever edition of the Gold Cup in 2007. They beat Canada. They drew against Haiti. They beat Honduras in the quarterfinals of a Gold Cup. and they made it to the semi-finals against Mexico. And let's not forget the outstanding goalkeeping from Frank Grandel on that day. Dominica as well is the other team that has advanced to the second round. In another video I am going to preview the teams in the different groups for round 2 action and give a bit more details of when this will be. It'll definitely be in June, but I'll break down when exactly the days. So just to wrap up again, the 14 teams that have advanced to round 2: Dominica, Guadeloupe, Puerto Rico, Curacao, Bermuda, the US Virgin Islands, Antigua and Barbuda, Martinique, Suriname, Guyana, the Dominican Republic, French Guyana, Grenada, and St. Kitts and Nevis. What do you think, Reggae Boys fans? Is there any one of those teams that you would like to meet when they eventually face Jamaica? Or a team that you'd want us to avoid? Leave your comments below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.